Hi guys, my name is Aaron Thomas. Now you probably know me as a packaging technologist in LRS, but you also may know that I'm quite into health and fitness, and I sometimes do some classes in LRS for R&D mainly that are just donation based, and it's just good fun just to meet people in an informal way and just let off some steam. So the Lucozade team, they asked me if I could share some of my exercise routines I do. So just to let you know that I'm quite into body weight training, especially like calisthenics and martial arts, and I really like movement style training. So today I'm going to show you a little bit about animal flow. So while I'm talking, let's start the warm up. So first, let's clasp your hands together, and you're just going to rotate one hand over the other in a clockwise direction. So keep doing that, and like I mentioned, so animal flow, it's a ground-based movement exercise, so you're on all fours pretty much most of the time. And for this reason, your wrist might start to hurt. Just try to go anti-clockwise now. So your wrist might hurt if you're a beginner because you might not be used to having your hands placed in a 90-degree position for prolonged periods. So, and if that happens, just rest it out. Rest, shake your hands off. Just relax, but don't overdo it. Not in the beginning. Your body will adapt over time, but it's just take your time with it. You'll get there eventually. Okay, cool. And from there, just rotate the wrist. So wrist prep is really important for animal flow, which is why we're starting with this. And both clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. And same thing, just put your hands on the floor so you're on all fours at the moment. So this is kind of the position that you'll be in quite a few of the animal flow moves, where your wrists have been, your hand is at a 90-degree angle, right? So from here, just wall up the wrist by just raising up and down. Just do that a couple of times. Again, this is just literally nice, gentle movements at the moment, nothing too intense. And from there, just rotate the arm as much as you can in any direction, just to open up that flexibility, both in your hands as well as your shoulder. You'll be opening your shoulders up a little bit here. Okay, and from there, shake your arms a little bit. If your arms do hurt when you're doing exercises, a good position to be is just press the back of your hands against each other, and it really releases the tension, especially when you're after doing a couple of exercises on your hands. Okay. So if you just stand up and just rotate your shoulders in a forward direction, again, shoulder mobility is quite important as well in these animal flow moves, backwards as well, and you'll see why in a second. So, and all these things that I say are important, actually one of the benefits of animal flow, because just in and out, because your body starts to open up and loosen up the joints that are probably problematic for you. So most people, it would be the shoulders one, because you're hunched in front of a computer all the time at desk. The other may be that just open one arm to the side in a lateral direction. The other could be the ankles. When you get into a deep squat position, can you keep the heels on the floor? Some people can't. And again, just practice, and your body adapts, and you'll get there. You improve your mobility and flexibility, which in turn really helps to prevent injuries in the long run. Okay, so just shake that off, and then just open the hips as well. So I'm just going to open outside, and again, hip mobility, another really important aspect. Okay, outward and in. So just do that a couple of times. Same thing on the other side. And keep going. So what we're going to do in this, I'm going to show you a couple of basic animal flow moves. We're going to try to do that just to get kind of like a circuit going, and then at the end we'll try to combine them together to create what they call a flow. Again, it's going to be a simple one. I'm just going to show you quickly some of the moves. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it could take some time to go through everything, but hopefully you enjoy. So the first one, let's start to do some activation. So you're going to get onto all fours. And right now, we're still working on mobilizing the joints. So we're going to mobilize our shoulders. So we're going to protract and retract the shoulder. So when I say protract and retract, basically you're just moving through your shoulder joints up and down. And when you push the shoulder blades away from each other, like I am at the moment, That's called protraction of the shoulder. And when you bring them in, you retract the shoulder blades like you're pinching a grape at the top. Okay, and then you will go back up, all the way protract and retract. Okay, so just try that, just to loosen that shoulder joint even more, okay? And what I want you to do is, after a couple of times, try to find the midpoint, okay? And try and remember this position. So this is where you're going to be most stable at, and this is where you want to be working in some of the animal flow moves, especially in the move that we call the static beast, or the beast moves, okay? So you can see we're on all fours, we're found the midpoint in our shoulder mobilization, and now we're going to try, I'm going to tuck the toes under, and we're going to try and lift the knees, but just an inch off the floor. Okay, it's very important, you just want to keep them an inch off the floor, because when you go higher it becomes easier, and maybe that might be what you do as a beginner, but the end goal is to try to get it as low as possible to about just an inch. Okay, and from there we're going to try raising one arm at a time, okay? Just the left and then the right. If you need to bend your arm, that's fine. Try to bend your arm in the beginning, and then once you get used to that movement, try to retract the shoulder blades one arm at a time, like we did before. Okay? Now, that might have been easy or challenging for you, but now we're going to make it a bit more challenging. So just so you know, this position here where your knees are 1 inch off the floor, in animal flow we call this a static beast or beast position. Okay? So now we're going to do contralateral limb lifts, where we're going to lift the left leg, one leg and the contralateral arm at the same time. So for example, if I lift the left leg, I lift the right arm at the same time and back down. Right leg, left arm, and back down. So let's do that 10 times, okay? So 10, 9, 8, and what you need to try and do is make sure you don't wobble from side to side too much. So you don't want to be going, you might be doing this as a beginner, but this is where you need to engage your core, and you're gonna aim as you progress to try and have as little movement as possible through your body. So try keeping it as still as possible and just lifting the limbs an inch off the floor. And I think I've done 10 already. But so that's one of the activations. And from there, shake your arms if you need to. Like I said, it can be a bit rough on the wrist in the beginning. You know, go in a wrist relief position where you press the back of the hands against each other. Shake it off. And next we're gonna do a beast walk up and down. So again, taking what we just learned, the contralateral limb lifts, but now we're gonna move forward. So right leg, left arm forward, left leg, right arm forward. Okay, and it's gonna go maybe like 5 steps forward and 5 steps back. Okay, again, try and notice that I'm not really bending my arms. So this is where you want to get to, but as a beginner you might find it easier to bend your arms, and that's fine, you know? But in animal flow, the correct way to do the beast walk is to literally try and keep your arms straight, just retract at the shoulder and bring down. Again, both limbs lift and land at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna go one more time forward. And one more time back. Okay, and relax. Shake your arms. Okay, hope that was okay, not too bad. So that's one move. It is a beast walk, and we know what static beast position is. Next, we're gonna start in what they call loaded beast, which is kind of like a child's pose, except your knees are an inch off the floor. And from here, we're gonna do a right leg front step through. So basically, your right leg is gonna lift up, it's gonna replace your rock down. So it gets a nice hip stretch over here, nice deep lunge. And from there, you're gonna bring your left leg through. Okay, so just to show you. So from this step, from right leg front step, left leg through. As a beginner, you may put your leg down, that's fine. If you can, aim to hover it up over there. Really use your core. And back into loaded beast. Okay, same thing other side. Left leg, front step, through. Return to loaded beast. Okay, so hopefully you got that move. Now, let's try and do 10 of that. So, let's do 6 on each side, so 12. Make it a bit more challenging. Or do as much as you can. You might feel it in your quads. It's nice, really leg burner, and really works your abs as well. Okay, so when you're ready, let's start in loaded beast. Knees an inch off the floor, and let's go. First, the right leg front step, true. Return to loaded beast. Left leg front step, true. Return to loaded beast, and keep going. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. And relax. Okay, I hope that was well. Probably working your quads out. And again, keep nice control. You got a nice stretch over there in the loaded beast. And yeah, you're working your muscles both kind of in an isometric position for some parts, and also in a very dynamic way as well as you move through the motions. Already struggling to talk properly. Okay, so that was the second one. Static beast, you got the front step through. Now we're gonna do under switches. So under switches, I don't want to complicate it too much, but literally, if I say, go back to that thing where we'll be going contralateral limb lifts. So we start with the left leg, right arm, and then you're gonna bring this left leg under, and you're gonna twist under, and you're gonna switch until you're in this kind of a M position. Okay, so your hips are equidistant between your arms and your legs. And again, as low to the floor as possible. Chest is nice and open. And this position is called a crab. Okay, and again, if you do a right leg on the switch, lift your right leg, left arm, go onto the toes of your left leg, and twist under, and you go back into static beast. Okay, so I'll show you that again. Again, don't complicate it too much. It's literally just going under, rotating, and then again, bringing the leg under and rotating. Simple. So, what we'll do is, start with the left leg on the switch, right leg on the switch, back to right leg on the switch, left leg on the switch. Okay? And that'll count as 2 moves. A key point just to remember when you're twisting, especially from, so you come here, you switch, twist under. When you twist under again, so if I do a right leg on the switch, you raise the right leg. In the left leg, you want to go on your toes first. It's like you're pressing on the accelerator. And then you twist over and land, okay? Just remember that part, because you don't really want to keep your heels locked on the floor as you twist under, because when your heels are down, it kind of means you're put on the brakes. You're not supposed to move. That's how you stop the movement. Okay, when you want to twist, you go on your toes and go under. Simple. Okay, so let's try and do a couple of these together. So we'll start with left leg on the switch, left leg on the switch, right leg on the switch, right leg on the switch, left leg on the switch. So we say that's 2. I'm going to do about 5 of those, let's say. So left leg on the switch, right leg on the switch, left or right leg on the switch, left leg on the switch. Well, let's change that direction now. So let's start with the right leg on the switch, left leg on the switch. Oop. I think I did it the wrong way. See, it really messes with your brain here. Right leg on the switch, left leg on the switch, left leg on the switch, right leg on the switch, right leg on the switch, left leg on the switch. Let's do another 2 more, 3 more. Left leg on the switch, right leg on the switch. One more time, right leg on the switch, left leg on the switch. Okay, and relax, and remember, try and, maybe do it slowly. So when you come to the under switch, the second under switch, you can remember to just have a check on your body so that your body's nice and low. It might be tempting that you start going higher and higher, which I might have done actually, but the aim is to try and stay low. Okay, on the switch, on the switch, right leg on the switch, left leg on the switch. Good. So, we know what static beast is, we know what loaded beast is, we know what a front step through is, and we know what the under switch is. You might have forgotten all those names already, and that's fine. It takes a while to get used to it. But okay, so we've done that, and now let's add to that under switch move. Let's start from a static crab. Okay, so we're gonna start in static crab, which was M shape. We're gonna do a left arm crab reach. So left arm crab reach basically means you're gonna lift your left arm, place it between your legs. You're gonna push those hips as high up as you can to get a nice 3-point bridge. Okay, so we're trying to look straight up, push the hips straight up. Once we reach that top, the top position we can reach, then we start to twist over and with the left arm reach towards the right base arm. Okay, and then return the motion back to static crab. So back to where we started. Same on the other side. Right arm crab reach. And back. Again. Let's do this a couple of times on each side. Left arm crab reach. Return. Right arm crab reach. Should feel a nice stretch and a nice dynamic twist. Really loosen the body as well as build straight arm strength and your hip strength as well. Okay, and change. Okay, keep going a couple more times. Now, you might be thinking, all these moves are like, when do you ever gonna be using this in real life? Because for me, this is functional strength. This improves your functional strength. And functional strength is basically strength that will enable you to, live life more efficiently, more effectively. And how do these exercises help with that? Well, like I mentioned, your hip mobility, ankle mobility, shoulder mobility, your hip strength, the ability to move in different directions, and flow with ease. It all helps you get, lets you be agile. And while you're agile, there's less chance of injuries. You're strong as your body as a unit is strong. It knows how to work the different muscles together in different positions, which helps you in your functional strength in everyday life. Because in everyday life, if you're picking up a bag, it's not gonna always be like a deadlift. That's the correct way to do it, but you might be, holding a door with one thing, and you wanna pick up the bag like that. You want the strength of your range of motion, range of movement, that you can have a nice, good mobility. So not just flexibility, but also mobility, where the definition of flexibility and mobility is a bit difficult, but basically you have strength at your end range of motion, movement, so that you can effectively do tasks without getting injured. So anyway, we've got all those moves together. Now, after all you've done one set of this, you can pause the video and do another two sets of these exercises again, just get used to it. Or if not, we're gonna go straight into a flow using all the movements. So we're gonna start with loaded beast. I'm gonna do right leg front step. True. Return to static beast. Right leg on the switch into left arm crab reach. Return to crab into loaded beast. Okay. It was a nice and simple flow. I didn't want to complicate it too much. But I'm going to go through that again and just explain everything a bit more. So, I'm going to set loaded beast. Okay, now right leg front step, like we did before. I've added a bit of movement to that. Again, you can change the tempo with these exercises as well, which really varies the type of exercise you get, okay? And from there, true. Bring that left leg true. Now you're gonna return to static beast. So you're not gonna go into loaded beast, you're gonna bring that left leg back and you're gonna replace the right arm where the right foot is and go into a static beast position. And from here, you're gonna do a right leg on the switch. So lift the right leg, left arm, twist under, and now I'm gonna go into a crab reach. So we're not gonna put this arm down, we're just gonna reset at the start of the crab reach, push the hips up, and rotate to the side. Then you're gonna return into loaded beast. So from here, return to crab. So I should say return into left leg, right leg on the switch to loaded beast. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. So just the last movement. So I'm gonna go crab reach. I'm gonna return to right leg on the switch. So you're gonna on the switch without putting the hand down into into loaded beast. And there you go. This thing really gives you a mental workout as you try to remember which moves. Then the left and right leg and the different moves. So it gives you, it's a good brain training exercise as well as physical. Let's try that again. I'm gonna do it on one side first and then the other. Okay, try to join me. So set loaded beast. Right leg front step. True. Return to static beast. Right leg on the switch into left arm crab reach. Return to right leg on the switch into loaded beast. Now next side, left leg set loaded beast. Left leg front step. True. Return to static beast. Left leg on the switch into right arm crab reach. Return to left leg on the switch into loaded beast. Okay, just relax here. Hopefully you got that. Again, just maybe the call-outs might confuse you. You get used to it after attending a couple of classes as to which is which. But if not, again, it's a movement self-training, so just try to move in the direction to make it as comfortable as you can. Okay, so let's try that again on both sides. So set loaded beast. Right leg front step. True. Return to static beast. Right leg on the switch into left arm crab reach. Return to right leg on the switch into loaded beast. Left leg front step. True. Return to static beast. Left leg on the switch to right arm crab reach. Return to left leg on the switch into loaded beast. Okay. Good. I hope you got that. Let's do that another time on each side. Again, shake your wrist if you have to. Okay. Let's start in set loaded beast. Right leg front step. True. Return to static beast. Right leg on the switch into left arm crab reach. Return to right leg on the switch into loaded beast. Left leg front step. True. Return to static beast. Right, left leg under switch into right arm crab reach. Return to left leg under switch into loaded beast. Okay. Sounds nice and simple, doesn't it? Okay, so that's the flow. Again, you can try and doing it, you know, you can pause the video now and try and doing it a couple more times till you get used to it. It really, for me personally, you find when you really hold the stretches, like just the loaded beast, you know, I feel it opening up my shoulders as well as extending my back, you know, and my upper back as well. And then again, in the kick throughs, if you hold it up, toes pointed out, nice stretch, but also using your abs, engage your abs to keep it straight and hold it. Nice straight arm strength, which is really important in a lot of calisthenic moves, from the different movements, from the crab, the kick throughs, and then you got the hip. You're working the hip up here with the crab reaches. Okay, so it's a good overall body exercise, and then you're moving in different planes of movement. So not just one, you're not just doing like a bicycle in one direction, you're not just doing up and down motion like in push-ups, you're moving in different directions. It really helps with the agility. Okay, so that was the flow. Hope you enjoyed that. Right now I'm going to show you, you know, so this is very beginner level. Right now I'm going to show you like what you can do, you know, when you go to a couple more classes on animal flow and train it. There's a variety of there. I mean, like I said, I like movements. I like capoeira, which is Brazilian martial art, which you can see lots of similarities to some of the moves. But yeah, let me show you a flow that I'm just gonna make up as I go along and mix it a fun way to exercise, you know, rather than a boring routine of doing the same thing again and again. You can just make this up, you know, put some music on and just do a flow. Just do a flow. It's good fun. So here we go. I'm gonna give it a try. Overdid that. So yeah, that was one flow. I kind of overdid on one of the tucks. So, and as you get more advanced, you can start going to a bit of a hand balance and exercise. So for example, I did the side kick through, and what I wanted to do was just go into a high tuck position and kick to the other side. I need to work on this. I think my arms are a bit tired. Oh yeah. So you go into, they call it levitations in animal flow, but that's how you progress basically with animal flow. Really hope you enjoyed that. It's good fun. Again, like I said, I did one set of the exercises to show you the moves, and then we did a flow a couple of times. What you can do is do like 3 sets of those exercises I showed you in the beginning, and then do the flow as many times as you like. You do 5 times, you can do 6 times, you can do it just 3 times, up to you. Again, take care of your wrist. Remember to cool down and stretch out. So you can go back to rotating your wrist again. Always a good one. Pressing the back of the palms against each other, and just do a couple of twisting motion of your body. One arm behind you. Stretch. Hold it for a couple of seconds. Same thing on the other side. You go into child's pose. This time with your knees on the floor. Stretch those arms out forward. You can go onto all fours and just reach under and hold. Same thing other side. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you guys will give that a try. If you do, I'll be very interested to see what you think. What you thought about that routine and animal flow in general. This is the kind of training that I enjoy. Like I said, it's just sometimes I teach here and there, just donation based. It's part time. I find it really a lot of fun. Teaching exercise, seeing people get better. Yeah, and it keeps my sanity in these times when you're stuck at home, got nothing to do, and then just moving around like a crazy person, like an animal, is usually good fun. You'll find, afterwards you might feel a little bit sore tomorrow if it's the first time you tried it, depending on how intense you went. That's all good. You'll get your body adapts to it over time. Take it slow. Don't go too crazy in the beginning. There's always time to progress. Take care. Keep safe. I hope you enjoyed it.